They sent a message to the group at 9:12 p.m. After talking it over, they decided it was best for me to withdraw. No names, no explanations. A heart emoji from my sister. Performative. My reply was precise. Understood. I'll step back from the family entirely. Take care. We were married under a wooden arch, words of commitment whispered like they were just paperwork. He memorized my mother's name. I memorized the contours of his hands. Our life was built on mutual accounting. Trust logged, rarely audited. The first fractures were imperceptible. A forgotten anniversary. A late call home attributed to work. Then missing money. Bills that didn't reconcile. Phones flipped down when I entered. I noticed the patterns. I catalogued them. Confrontation is a luxury for the unprepared. The undeniable proof came not in confession, but in spreadsheets. Transfers, small and deliberate. Names I didn't know, notes resembling contracts. He wasn't cheating. He was quietly converting our life into something he could walk away with. Shock lasted only a breath. After that, I moved like someone handling a scalpel. Nights were spent studying trust law. The next morning, I called a lawyer. I opened new accounts he couldn't touch. I moved funds carefully, small enough to avoid detection, significant enough to matter. I studied his habits and turned them into leverage. First, the documents. I invoked a clause he had drafted 5 years prior, arrogantly, believing it airtight. I filed under his own words. Courts appreciate clarity in contracts. Second, I separated assets, accounts, properties, beneficiary forms, removing his unilateral control. Each move was executed as if routine, preserving appearances. He had cultivated a reputation for integrity at the club, at lunch meetings, in op-eds. I fed those same circles records, facts, dates. His allies became cautious. His defenses weakened. My face remained neutral. I answered calls with questions that sounded curious. One letter reached my mother. Measured, patient, with documents attached. She forwarded the family message. Consensus arrived at my door. They had chosen closure. The settlement meeting was scheduled for Wednesday, after lunch. He wore the suit from the day we signed the mortgage. He smiled, practiced and polite. I placed a file between us and slid it over. Photocopies of transfers, bank statements, the clause in his own handwriting. I named amounts. I named dates. He tried charm. He tried shame. He tried negotiation. Each attempt collided with a wall of evidence. His choices diminished politely. Pride is loudest when there is nothing left to defend. He sought forgiveness I didn't grant. I counted with signatures and motions. Paperwork does not beg. When the lawyer signed, the account that meant the most, his prized possession, was redirected. At 7:49 p.m., I executed the transfer. $87,000 cleared that night. He texted at 9:05. Where did it go? I typed, where it belongs. No spectacle, no outburst. Just confirmation. Digital transfer. Timestamp. New beneficiary. The ledger does not plead. It records. Statements the next morning reflected consequences, not intentions. My mother called later, voice thin. Why did you take it so far? She expected excuses, pleading, humiliation. I answered honestly. I didn't take it far. I corrected what had already been broken. She hung up. Silence became a verdict different from a sentence. Her quiet was my closure. After the execution, there was stillness, like after a precise operation. Alive. Intact. Relief quieter than vindication. Smell of coffee and unopened files. 2 weeks later, roses bloomed on the terrace, indifferent to the shifted accounts. My sister liked a picture of me and tagged a laughing gif I ignored. The country club posted events he wouldn't attend. The family group remained untouched. I walked away as requested. Name clear on the deeds that mattered. Balance corrected. I sought not ruin, but restoration. The money was not theft. It was rightful reallocation. People imagine revenge as dramatic, but it is often quiet arithmetic. Withheld signatures, timely clauses, closed accounts, lawful actions done without spectacle. These topple men who live by appearances. I do not sleep lighter. I sleep differently, alert, not anxious. The ledger is filed under consequence. Long nights, I open it like a litany. Date, amount, destination. Betrayal sits on a shelf now. A tool for memory, not a blade. If you want a final image, a quiet room, a lamp, a laptop displaying a confirmation screen. $87,000. Timestamp. Recipient named. The family asked me to step back. I stepped back with a balance restored and my dignity intact. Justice is rarely thunder. Often it comes as paperwork. Patient, unyielding, final.